Hey everybody, welcome to Perry TV, and we're here to watch my main man, Scott Ritter. And the first is, who can guess what Scott's drinking today? He always needs something to get him going, so, because Scott's a talker. So let's see what Scott is drinking today and talk about other things.
We had J.D. Vance participating in TP USA, which was confronted by some
Diet Coke, for those who said Diet Coke. You got it right.
J.D. Vance I think he wants to be 2028 presidential candidate for Republicans. How do you see the way that he was negotiating with Iranians? Because they said from the Iranian side, I talked with Professor Mann, they said right in the middle of the night, it was late in the night, he decided to go to the United States, which he agreed before to negotiations continuing to Sunday, but he decided to get out. What was that, Scott? What was that? And he was calling over and over Washington. He talked with Benjamin Netanyahu, and Benjamin Netanyahu says he was in direct contact with him because he wanted to report what has happened. What is that?
Yes, what is that? Because I didn't understand.
And in the Trump administration, there's no such thing as an independent negotiator. The only voice that counts is Donald Trump.
He's right about that.
Henry Kissinger, permission to run off and solve problems, and then report back, and the president's briefed on it. Kissinger has great latitude. J.D. Vance had zero latitude to the fact that there was almost Islamabad memorandum of understanding is solely because of the Iranians, who came in prepared, very well prepared, and they were able to, take whatever limited American input there was and immediately turn it into something. They were ready to move. It's a shame that we blew that opportunity. But J.D. Vance wasn't there to, in my opinion, he wasn't there to make a deal. He was there to make it impossible for a deal.
Hey, when Scott Ritter talks, you gotta listen.
Iranians were doing everything they could to make a deal. The Iranians were ready. They're like, let's get this thing done. Here it is. You got a problem? Here's a solution. You got a problem? Here's a solution. We're ready to do what it takes to get this thing done. And Vance wasn't allowed to close the deal, so he had to leave. Because this can't be, if J.D. Vance closed the deal, if there was a successful negotiation, this could only be interpreted as an Iranian victory. That the United States met Iran in Islamabad, and at the end of the day, the Iranian 10 points served as the foundation of this of this agreement. That's politically unacceptable. So what had to happen is we had to go in there, engage with the Iranians, and then declare the negotiations over because of Iranian intransigence, back out. Now that gives room for Donald Trump to go through the political theater of a blockade that is paid. And it allows him to declare victory, which he has done. And now he can go in and close the deal and say it only happened because of the great strength and resolution that I showed in showing the Iranians who bossed.
Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Is it Donald? He might be speaking the truth here, people.
Revenue, and